Welcome back to the Mookie Chillson channel, and you are looking live at another cue card. This is an outline, a rundown of what we're going to talk about in the order in which we're going to discuss it. And you are in for another installment of the Mookie Chillson Investigates series, exclamation point, underline it all, highlight it all. I've been out in the field doing some first-person reporting that I think you should care about. And we'll get to that later in just a minute. But first, we're going to talk about the 2024 Topps pack rip and the yield that we got with Son of Mookie. I have some friend mail ×2 to show off that I hope you'll find interesting, like I do. And then we're going to go to the Moose Lodge in Beach Haven, New Jersey, where there was a 1986 meet and greet for the ages this weekend. And that was the scene of the investigation that included, you'll see in red there, the Pete Rose conspiracy theory that I have had in my craw, stuck in my craw for many years, that I think may have been debunked. So put your tinfoil hats on now and get ready. We'll get to that shortly, but we're going to start with the pack rip that Son of Mookie and I had, and this was a little punch in the face in the first pack. Jacob deGrom and his baby blues. World champ Jacob deGrom, which we're very happy for him, but it stings nonetheless to see him wearing enemy garb. So anyway, that stung a little bit, but it was alleviated when we pulled this beauty. A Hanley Ramirez autograph. Hanley Ramirez is still playing baseball, folks, and he signed this card. It's a black parallel out of 199, so Son of Mookie will put that away in his collection. And if you had told me in the year 2024 that I would be pulling a swatch of pants from Carl Yastrzemski's grandkid out of a pack of baseball cards, I don't think I would have believed you, but that's what happened. This is Mike Yastrzemski, Major League material, and as you can tell, these pants are from last year because you can't see right through them. So that's a joke that I've been working on all morning. Let's go to Hawaii. Double D Vintage Baseball Cards and Dylan. He had his first ever Whatnot show. I was thrilled to participate. I think these guys that do it, him and Greg, they're brave. It's like daunting. You're out on an island selling cards. And Dylan crushed it just like Greg did. And I was thrilled to pick up this Tom Seaver 1971 Topps from Dylan's Private Reserve. And I needed it. Let's be honest, I needed it because this was my prior copy of my 1971 Tom Terrific. And as you can see, these 71 Topps are famous for having the color added designation given by SGC. This one, if you can't find the color added on the front, it may be a little bit easier when you look at the back. That's Tom Terrific getting the Wolfman treatment from some young punk with a Bic ballpoint pen. Anyway, I still love the card, but I'm thrilled to have Dylan's to go with it. Probably some young Yankee fan did that. And speaking of Yankee fans, here he is, T206, Greg Miller, Midlife Cards. He is doing a card swap. You send him a card, he sends you back one of his, and he will sign it and inscribe it if you ask. And if you ask him to sign Let's Go Mets, he will sign Let's Go Yanks. And I know that because that's what happened. This is what I pulled out of the envelope from Greg, who is my good buddy now and who I'm thrilled to have gotten to know over these past few months. And he's screwing with me a little bit here. Because the next card in his pile was this one. So he did end up signing Let's Go Mets. So it has been a treat for me to get to know Greg, like I said, and be a part of the midlife cinematic universe and the midlife movement that Greg's got going on there. And I was also really pleased that he sent this along with those two cards. Tom Terrific, look at that sports flick action. I had never seen this card before. Let alone still sealed in the wrapper that it came out of the cornflakes box in. I think my family did not buy cornflakes because we bought the store brand. So this was some ritzy kid pulling this out of their name brand cornflakes. Pulled this card out, and Greg got it and sent it to me. So thank you for that, Greg. It was really, really awesome. And it will go right into my Tom Seaver collection. Now let's go. I feel like the George Michael Sports Machine. You remember that show? Let's go to the Moose Lodge in Beach Haven, New Jersey for the 1986 meet and greet event of the month. And guess who I met at the meet and greet? Hojo. Howard Johnson, number 20 for the New York Mets. He signed this beautiful Topps Tiffany card for me. Of course, I already had this card signed as part of my master collection, but this was the card I had previously. It was a very off-centered, regular Topps card, and look at the number 20 there. He's got that 20 looking good there. Here he's sort of smudged it a little bit. So I needed an upgrade. My buddy from high school lives down there, so I went to go visit him. And when I got there, I confronted Hojo. Let's be honest. Well, let me show you this. I'll show you the picture of me meeting Hojo. There's me and Hojo. He was such a cool guy. I told him how much he meant to me as a kid, how awesome it was to watch him and his team win baseball games, win the World Series. And I asked him a very pointed question about a very specific game in 1986 that involved this play. So in 1986, the Mets played the Cincinnati Reds at Riverfront Stadium. They were down 2 runs in the top of the 9th with 2 men out. And Keith Hernandez hit a fly ball out to Dave Parker that Dave Parker dropped. The Mets scored 2 runs, tied the baseball game, and ended up winning on a Howard Johnson 3-run homer in extras. It was a crazy game. It's an infamous game for any 1986 Mets fan will know it. And I didn't realize at the time that Pete Rose was betting on baseball. And so I wonder if now looking back through the 2020 lens of history, if Howard Johnson had any question about what Dave Parker was up to. Was Dave helping his old buddy Pete out? Did Pete have money on this game? And so I sat there and explained my theory with my no tinfoil hat covering my bald spot, but I was there and Hojo very patiently listened and then explained to me that no, he thinks that the lights in Cincinnati were really tough and that he's sure that Dave Parker just lost the ball in the lights and that it had nothing to do with Pete Rose's gambling on baseball. And so it was awesome to get that firsthand reporting and the scoop from Howard Johnson debunking my ridiculous conspiracy theory. And it was a real treat to meet him. Let me put that back there. There's us together. Hold on a second. And not only did I pick up that Topps Tiffany autograph, but I also picked up, they had extras, so I picked one up for son of Mookie, who refused to get out of bed. I picked up a Mookie Wilson 86 Topps autograph card. Now, I already have one of those, but the promoter was the same guy who did the Mookie show, and so he had extras. So I picked up the sort of skinnier ink version of the one that I already had. I also picked up a Don Ross rookie of Mookie Wilson autograph, which I was super psyched to see, and a 1981 Topps Mookie Wilson rookie card signed right there, which was really cool. And then I also got this guy he basically threw that card in. So I was super psyched. That was the event at the Moose Lodge in Beach Haven, New Jersey. And that is the end of this week's program. I hope you enjoyed this thrilling, exciting episode of Mookie Chillson Investigates. It was like, taking the Yellow Brick Road to the dark side of the moon and back again. But here we are at the end of the episode. I appreciate you hanging in there. That's it. Thank you.